That's really the most important
There's not a lot of walls to hold on to.
And I think a lot of people can take good advantage of that.
We're going to game number 1. Cake finds the first weapons. The Gauntlet's trying to reach for him in the sky. Doesn't find a nair, but a nice D-Light combo comes out. Aggz0 dodges correctly away from that sidelight string. A nice sidelight nair. GC downlight puts in that bread and butter axe string to a downer. He's got Cake off stage. Cake recovers, manages to make it back on stage, but not before getting hit by that side stick dodge, just barely to hold on to that stock. He has to wait for his dodge to come back, but Aggz0 started this game off on fire, goes for his sick read with that neutral stick, and instead manages to find that D-Light recovery. Oh, weapon toss. Aggz0's on fire. 30 seconds. Stock.
30 seconds!
Cake could not breathe in between all of that pressure.
Immediately taking that stock, and now Cake's got to be coming into this next stock thinking, oh man, I gotta get some hammer.
Yeah.
Maybe make some big plays.
Neutralize, neutral airs, put on some damage, be like, okay, that was your momentum, now let me show you mine. Ground pound comes out, doesn't find a nice neutral air punish, but he gets that D-Light Sair, and as explosive as Brawlhalla can be offensively, because of his defense, even if you're supplementing it with that stat change to put it to 4, you're still going to die pretty early to hard-hitting weapons. As he gets that downer, no follow-up afterwards, however, trying to find that Nair KO, maybe a D-Light Sair. Aggz0 gets scooped off the top, and it's evened up 2-2, and despite that horrifically brutal first stock, Cake was able to bring it back to his pace.
Yeah, Cake, he knew. He's like, Brawlhalla, low defense, I got this. Came back around and didn't get in his own head. He wasn't like, oh, I burned away that first stock. No. He's going to come back. He's going to just take that stock off real quick, get back his advantage. He's feeling good. Aggz0, on the other hand, though, he's got those big Brawlhalla signatures, and he's always starting to rack up tons of damage on Cake. Send him in the edge guard.
Who hit it down there out of the way of that weapon toss. Wonderful recovery coming out from Cake there. I feel like if he jumped or dodged, that weapon toss would have been the end of him. Side air comes out, does not quite get the KO, but the weapon tosses from Aggz0 off stage have been so great. Sends him upwards with that downer as he hits the stage, waiting so patiently with these jumps, but Cake, his recoveries have been impeccable. Managed to finally get killed by that Sair, but that could have been a stock that could have been ended way earlier if he was not careful with his recoveries. Yeah. Cake is really starting to get comfortable in this match, even though he's still down against Aggz0.
Both players really. Aggz0's been doing such a good job at those weapon throws too, and yet Cake is still managing to avoid them.
Neutral stick tries to get that KO. Side stick gets stopped by that sidelight from Aggz0. I like what Aggz0's doing with his signatures. Side stick comes out from Cake, gets the KO, but like what we saw earlier was that like Cake is going for like a lot of sidelights and then trying to wait to see if his opponent will dodge. And Aggz0 kind of getting a read on his opponent there as he goes for the recovery, is using signatures in that window to be able to put on a ton of damage on the Cake as that sider comes out, has to dodge out of the way of that weapon toss. Sarah, is it? That might be the stock. Cake has one last dodge.
He has an opportunity.
Wow,
he makes it back. Cake coming back around and immediately going to turn around on Aggz0 and say, you were about to kill me, now it's my turn. Looks for Gauntlet String Starters, trying to get that neutral light. Can't quite find it now. Aggz0 gets hit by that. Nice gravity cancel side stick. Aggz0 turns around immediately. Down stick coming out.
There's so many of those standing still down sticks were coming out from Aggz0, where in moments where Cake was maybe thinking maybe he'll dash back, dash forward, dodge in place, dodge up, whatever, and he stands still and he just hits him with that down stick. Standing in place, being able to get that read. Although that side stick read from Cake on the edge was awesome, because using that extended grip from Core's side stick to be able to get back on stage almost as like a recovery move was really cool to see. But we're seeing a legend swap coming out from Cake here. No longer on the Core. And it could have been, Core isn't the most dexterous character in the game. And so when Brawlhalla, moving as quickly as she does, is knocking him around, we saw Cake had no issue really recovering past the first stock, but he was still getting hit by a ton of things.
Just can't get out of those. It is a giant rock. Can you really blame him?
No.
It's hard to move those joints. You don't get to oil them.
But we're going into this game number 2 here in the legend swap coming out from Cake. Being able to use that scythe. Ooh, I'm liking the option with the signatures, and already we're seeing a massive change in tempo here as Aggz0 is the one being comboed nearly 0 to death here as a nice comes out, puts Aggz0 off the side of the stage. Ground pound. Aggz0, does he have the jumps? He has the recovery. Oh no! He has to be careful. He dodged. He thought he was going to touch with that dodge.
Cake looking for that dare. Trying to find another one. He doesn't need it. Ooh. Cake takes the first stock off in 30 seconds.
Yeah, and Cake, it's a reverse of what happened in game 1. Yeah, and it was cool what Cake did, because like you have to be careful about your opponent hitting you as you're trying to edge guard them, and he kind of dodged off beneath the stage so that the nair from Aggz0 didn't come out, because if he did hit that, it would activate his chase dodge so that he could use that to recover back to the stage. Dodge cooldowns don't really matter as much as long as you're hitting your opponent, but a nice pickup from Cake there sends Aggz0 off the stage. Oh no, now he's hitting his head off the bottom of the stage. Downer comes out. The downer from Aggz0, however, misses, and Cake returning with a ground pound. So much off-stage fighting happening off in this game number 2 here. As a nice neutral light comes out from Cake. Cider comes out. He's trying to get a 2-stock lead as he avoids that neutral stick and gets an unarmed Sair. Wow, lots of hits being exchanged between these two characters.
Cake unable to make it back after the double down air from Aggz0, but as he was trying to stay alive at that stock, he whittled down Aggz0 all the way to red stock, came back on stage immediately with a side heavy, unarmed. Now he's got the spear. There's a Neutralite looking for maybe a dare or a ground pound. Aggz0's not sure. He's very afraid of Cake right now. Cake showing no fear, goes for that side stick, turns around, Neutralite, goes for the ground pound, sends Aggz0 off stage. He's taking so much damage, he's even getting sent all the way out by ground pound. And there's a stare to finish off the stock.
That was nice. I was thinking he was going to throw the weapon up to force Aggz0 to either recover above it, so to avoid it from falling. But instead he tries to dodge right through it. Cake picks it back up, finds that sider, gets that KO, and now we're back into a 2-to-1 situation with stocks, and Cake completely turning the momentum around with this legend swap. Goes over that side, does not quite connect, and Aggz0 looking for these D-Light combo starters, something. Cake is not letting him find anything. A nice Neutralite. Oh, I love that chase dodge into pivot down to coming out from Aggz0. Puts Cake into the orange, but he's going to need a lot more reads than that to be able to make this game even, because he's still down a stock, and yikes, that signature sending him flying into a sider. His jumps are low. He's got... recovers.
Cake!
Cake is that ground pound.
Cake is on fire! I mean, he's literally on fire. He's playing a Mirage that is on fire.
Cake off stage with the ground pounds, the down airs, everything on Scythe. It looked like a completely different player from what he was doing.
Aggz0's got to change to Bodvar.
I like the legend swap.
I think it's necessary. After that breakout performance from Cake for game 2, Aggz0's thinking this low defense Brawlhalla is just getting me punished all the time.
And we're going back to Shipwreck Falls too.
Ooh.
So both players not really minding the fact that they don't have a wall to mess with.
Here we go in Shipwreck. Aggz0 versus Cake. We'll see if Cake can keep up the momentum he had in the last game. Otherwise, Aggz0's Bodvar switch could be the key to making sure he doesn't get knocked out of this tournament completely here in Game 3.
I'm liking what Aggz0's doing. He's doing a lot of... He's chase dodging through his opponent and pivoting Neutralites. He's pivoting down signatures. That's what we saw in the previous game. This game so far, it's only been Neutralites, but he's been able to put on a decent amount of damage. Another pivot Neutralite coming out from him on the Cake as he's trying to land. And he's denying all these weapon spawns, not letting Cake find the Scythe. It was kind of to his benefit that Cake's first weapon was a spear to stop that Scythe string that is so used to it, we're so used to seeing from happening. And now Aggz0's really gotten a solid lead here. Cake has an opportunity to bring it back though. Oh no, he has him off stage. He's got to be careful. That recovery hits him, picks up the spear and tries to go for the signature combo. Cake being relentless. But a weapon spawn comes out and Aggz0 finds the hammer. That Nair does not KO, but another Nair might spell the end for Cake's first stock here. Manages to get that haymaker, sends him flying off stage. Will Cake get the offstage edge guard? Weapon toss comes out, doesn't combo, and Cake has an opportunity to get this first stock. Ground pound is not quite hit. Another recovery. Now both players are deep in the red, and the scoop gets it. Aggz0 takes the lead in game number 3, but this is the closest it's been out of all 3 of these matches.
And you can see there was this huge back and forth going on between which weapons people are going to pick, because Aggz0 keeps trying to edge guard Cake. Cake wants the Scythe for big damage amounts and then switch over to the Spear to get that final kill, but Aggz0 is just trying to deny every opportunity Cake's trying to get. And now Aggz0 on the hammer is going to be looking to try to deny Cake's ability to get huge side strings right now, and the stomps into the side lights, picking up Neutralites, everything from Aggz0 is being extremely successful so far.
Liking that Neutralite combo into recovery, picks up the spear just to throw it away, maybe trying to find opportunity with it to pick back up the Scythe, but instead sends Aggz0 onto the ground. Aggz0 is trying to find some opening with a down air maybe, or a down light, but Cake keeps picking him out of the sky and bringing him back onto the ground. Ground pound off stage. Aggz0 has to recover, manages to dodge back up, just uses the recovery, wants to get on stage, doesn't even want to risk it. Down light, Sarah into weapon toss. Cake dodges through it. He's got to be careful. That recovery is close. There's not much wall to touch there. You can't be too liberal with the recovery. And now with that Nair coming out, Aggz0 once again takes the stock lead.
But if this stock is anything like the last one, Cake probably going to go for a big sig here, even it up as quickly as possible. There's a quick Nair, gets the ult, gets the ground pound. He doesn't even need anything else. Aggz0 ground pounds. He knows he's out of all his options as we go into the final stock for both players on game number 3 in this extremely close game. Aggz0 who had it on the first game, Cake who had it in the second, and now both players are so even.
I know, they're even clashing at this point. They're trying to go for the same options and providing the same amount of damage on the both players. I'm liking these strings from Cake. Aggz0's got to get off stage. Cake's ground pounds on Scythe have been impeccable. Like, they've hit almost all the time. He's just got to be really careful about that. Finds a nice Neutralite, but but once again, keep getting tossed off stage. Cake using those active frames on the Scythe aerials to be able to send him off stage. Nice stop, however. Goes for falling Sarah. He's got to be careful. There's the grab on Aggz0. Actually waits it out, gets the recovery, and that's it. Cake going for what he was so used to getting in every one of those games. And Aggz0 at the last minute going, no, I've seen this before.